Hi everyone, and welcome to our first module, Introduction to Programming. At the beginning of every module, I'll always have a video which kind of walks you through the module and explains everything that you need to know as you begin work on this module. All of our modules are kind of going to look the same. There'll be a video for you to watch first, a document called Module at a Glance, which I'll talk about in a minute. Lectures and activities folders, those should all be gone through sequentially, and then you can start to work on your assignments, your discussion, your project, and lastly your quiz, all based on the due dates in the course. So first of all, there was a video in the course information section over here titled Welcome to Computer Science 1. If you did not watch that video, you should watch it now before proceeding. Okay. This is the video you're watching now, our introduction to the module video. And so now I'm going to kind of go through this sequentially. Module at a glance. This always tells us what's going on in this module, what chapter we're covering. The learning outcomes explain what you should know in this module or what you should learn in this module. And then there's always a link to the full course schedule. This is the same schedule that was located in the course information documents. So please be mindful of all your due dates. Keep in mind you can also click on the calendar over here and see all your due dates as well. Lectures and activities, I'm going to go in here. In this first module, you're going to be registering for my programming lab. If you purchase the textbook through my programming lab and you follow the instructions that were in the course information section on how to do that, you likely have access. But if you purchased your book from the bookstore or the code from the bookstore, you can follow these instructions on how to get started with my programming lab. This video shows you a little bit about what it should look like, what to expect, and then you want to make sure you're logged onto my programming lab before you proceed. I have a whole series of videos here, and some of them are video notes from the textbook, and you might need to be logged onto my programming lab to get access to them. Keep in mind that I also have a link here for my programming lab, so you can always get to it from within Blackboard as well. I'm just going to jump out to my programming lab for a second. And when you enter our course, you'll see my programming lab. The questions for Chapter 1 are out there now available. So if you expand this link, you'll see the questions that need to be answered as part of your assignment when you're ready to do that. Also over here, you'll have access to the e-text. I believe if you buy the physical textbook, you actually get access to the e-text as well. So if you click on that link, okay, you'll see in just a minute, there we go, the textbook pop open. And the video notes also are right here. Now, you can watch these at any time, but the ones that I really want you to watch, I will link to within our course. Okay, so as we continue on, you'll see numbers in front of some of these links. 1.3, these are tied into the textbook. If there's a 1.3 video, you should be reading through section 1.3, then watching the video. Same thing here, 1.4 and 1.5, then watching the video. That's kind of how you should proceed through these lecture materials. There's also my own materials in here, which may or may not be direct links into the textbook. So just kind of work your way through here sequentially. Our assignment section, you can see here there's two parts to the assignment. Make sure you do both parts. In this first assignment, you're answering questions out of the back of the textbook. It gives you the specific page number 23 and the specific questions you need to answer. Don't need to answer all of them. I'm asking you to enter them in Word, or you can use a Google Doc, and you can download it as a Word file, Word document, because that is how I grade those types of documents within the course. So you just click on, once you complete the assignment link, and you can come in here and you can browse for your solution file. You can then attach it, and then you can submit. Okay, and the second part of the assignment will be completed within my programming lab. So once it's complete, you're done. You don't have anything to submit. The discussion, the instructions are right here. We're going to be using a tool called VoiceThread for our introductory discussions. So here you can read the instructions, and here you can click to take part in the discussion. Our first project, inside this folder, it gives you all the instructions you need to install Visual Studio. Here I have a video where I demonstrate how to create a sample program using Visual Studio. I would watch this first, and then here I have step-by-step instructions that you can use when you have to do it yourself, or maybe print out the instructions while you're watching the video, whatever your preference is. This will tell you how to submit a project, and here is the link for project 1. So any of these types of assignment links, you just click on the title, and that's where you can browse and submit your files. Okay, and lastly will be a quiz. This doesn't open up. If you go into the quiz, you'll find like quiz instructions. Here's a video on how to take a quiz in Blackboard. So the quiz itself will not appear inside of this folder until it's open. And so from Tuesday, September 12th through Wednesday, September 13th, the quiz will be available in here. You need to take the quizzes when they're assigned. Don't miss a quiz date, so mark your calendars now. Once you open the quiz, you have 60 minutes to complete it. You can't open it and then open it again later. It doesn't work that way. And it has to be submitted by 11:59 on Wednesday, September 13th. Quiz dates are really not negotiable. If you have an emergency or you have something where you can't take a quiz within this window of time, you need to contact me before the quiz is open. You can't contact me 3 days later and say, hey, I forgot to take that quiz, okay? I do drop the lowest quiz grade, so if you miss a quiz, that will be a 0 grade, and that will be the quiz grade that you drop. Okay, so that's really the first module. As you're working through any of the steps, you run into any problems at all, just send me an email, and I'll be happy to help. Be mindful of the calendar, okay? There's due dates. Everything has to be submitted, and you'll see here on the 8th, assignment part 1 and 2 and the discussion are due. On the 12th, the project is due, and quiz 1 will be open for these 2 days. So make sure you're aware of the due dates. Anything submitted electronically, you always have until the end of the day, 11:59 p.m. Okay? So again, any questions, please let me know, and get working.